Hi, I'm Garvin DeShazer, and today we've got a different kind of story for you. It's about a woman who refused to be a victim and the painful lesson she doled out to the man who thought he could make her his victim. Now, we need to say this is one that probably falls under the heading of "Don't try this at home." In any case, we hope you enjoy the story because this is your daily inspiration. It all started with the noise outside. Clarice Gainey was enjoying a quiet evening at her home in Gainesville, Florida, when she heard some unusual sounds coming from her front yard. Cracking the shades of the window, she saw a giant man dressed only in his boxer shorts banging on the door of her car trying to break in. "He had nothing but his drawers on," Gainey said. "No shoes, no shirt, or nothing." Clarice, a 65-year-old great-grandmother, probably could have called the police. Instead, she described what she did next to reporters later. "I grabbed my bat, I braced myself, and I eased the door open." When the 300-pound intruder saw her open the door, he turned toward her and charged straight at her. Clarice had only a split second to deal with the situation on her own. The man, later identified as Antonio Mosley, charged at the surprised Clarice Gainey, but the great-grandmother stood her ground without flinching. What Antonio couldn't have guessed was that Clarice had years of experience as a softball player. Remembering her training, she gripped the baseball bat and swung from her heels. She connected with Mosley squarely in the head. I popped him," she recalled later. He said, "Ah, you hit me." The attack caught Mosley completely by surprise, and the would-be thief turned and ran from Clarice, who then went back in her house and called the police. When the police arrived, they tracked Mosley to a nearby mobile home park. He had managed to put his pants on in that time, but unfortunately for him, a canine unit quickly discovered cocaine in the pocket, adding drug possession to his list of charges. When the police brought Mosley to Gainey so she could positively identify him as the man who tried to assault her, Clarice was able to do so not only by his appearance, but by the large bruise she had left on his head. She hopes that she's taught him, and perhaps other would-be crooks in Gainesville, a lesson. Don't mess with Grandma. "I put a good one on him, but he's in jail," Gainey said. "I ain't got to worry about him no more." As for Antonio, he was booked into the county jail on a $20,000 bond and faces burglary and drug possession charges. It will be a while before he's on the streets again, and Clarice hopes he'll do some serious thinking while he's in jail. "He'd better be glad I didn't have a gun," Gainey warned, "because I would have shot him." She points to her baseball bat and says, "This is my gun right here." Taking on an intruder yourself instead of calling the police certainly is not the ideal solution for most of us. And please don't get me wrong, we're not advocating violence. However, the kind of courage and confidence it took for Clarice to handle the situation as she did can inspire us all. But the real lesson here is about the underlying beliefs and attitudes demonstrated in this situation. From Mosley's perspective, he thought he could just take whatever he wanted from the frail-looking old woman. And when she confronted him, he assumed he could intimidate her or control her with his size and aggression. He saw her as someone he could easily victimize. But Clarice didn't get the memo. She refused to see herself as his or anyone else's victim. The fact is, there is enormous power in that commitment. What would you do if a crisis happened in your life today? Are you prepared for those unexpected moments that catch us off guard sometimes, like your car breaking down or a sudden storm or even an intruder? Today, can you say to yourself, "I am strong. I am brave. I am able to handle the unexpected, and no matter what happens, I refuse to accept the role of victim? Thanks for listening. May your day be filled with love, some laughter, and joy. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Scott, producer for the Daily Inspirations podcast. We hope you're enjoying these stories, and if you'd like more inspiration in your life, visit mydailyim.com. You can find weekend blog posts, sign up for our email update list, and you can let us know about an inspirational story you'd like us to cover. Or just say hi. We'd love to hear from you.